has young women turning to their grandmothers for inspiration. Yeah, it's called grandma core.
It's called grandma core, and it's when younger women find meaning in hobbies of past generations.
Hobbies that have been around for a while are considered cool again. Grandma hobbies or grandma core is making waves on social media. Activities traditionally associated with grandmothers now popular with Gen Z.
This summer, I was on holiday in the charming seaside town of Schorl in the north of the Netherlands. 10 out of 10 would recommend. Absolutely beautiful place. And on one day, we visited a local museum. It was a beautiful little museum with both indoor and outdoor exhibitions and a lovely little museum cafe. And in this cafe, there were all these lovely older women, late 60s, early 70s, very fashionable, red lipstick, jewelry, silk scarves, having tea and cake with each other. And I just thought, damn, this is what I want to be. Unbothered, not rushed by society, no need to prove yourself anymore. Just being your own damn self, expressing yourself like you want to, having tea and cakes with friends. These were the coolest group of women that I had seen in a long time. And I think this is probably what people get wrong about grandma core. When people use that term, they're usually talking about the visuals, the cardigans, the teacups, the knitting, the slow afternoons. It gets framed as nostalgia, as dressing up like a little old lady, as pretending you live in another time. These fandangled Gen Z girls are trying to escape reality with knitting needles. It's grandma cosplay because everybody knows that things that old ladies do are silly. But what I saw in that museum cafe was not silly at all. It wasn't about age. It wasn't about nostalgia for the sake of escaping reality. It was about arrival, about being comfortable, being yourself. Those women weren't performing softness. They weren't opting out of the world. They had simply reached a point where they didn't need to rush, optimize, prove anything anymore. And I think that's what people are actually drawn to right now. Not the grandma part, not the doilies on the coffee table, but the permission to just be. Crafts look like grandma core from the outside, but really give us freedom on the inside. People have been knitting forever because we just enjoy knitting. Our modern world is very loud and requires our constant attention. Phones, notifications, emails, streaming, 20-second clips about whatever micro trend is currently the most important thing in the universe. This means that our nervous system is constantly activated. We are exhausted and it never stops. Crafts like knitting offer us an escape from that. And not because your Cardiff cashmere is literally the softest thing in the world and all the sound you hear is the soft click-clacking of your knitting needles, but it also actively calms your nervous system. Our brains love things that are predictable and repetitive. This is why you crave watching Friends for the umpteenth time when you've had a crap day at the office. You know what's gonna happen. It also gives us something with an extremely clear beginning, middle, and an end. Knit a sweater, follow a pattern, and at the end of it, you'll have a sweater. I mean, if you didn't mess up somewhere. This is not a granny thing. This is a human thing. The complexity of our modern life is constantly changing. Cars, apps, interfaces, algorithms, spaceships, holodecks. But knitting still works the way it did hundreds of years ago. A lot of the things we do are essentially invisible. We write emails, send Slack messages, move columns around in a spreadsheet. Lines on the screen go up, lines on the screen go down. But at the end of the day, What are you taking home? What are you holding in your hand? Nothing. That might be fine for some people, but for a lot of us, that just gives an empty feeling. We want to make something tangible. We don't want to escape, but we want to feel grounded in the physical world. Giving crafts like knitting the label granny core is also just exceptionally lazy. For one, it's not grandpa core, is it? No, because it's something that women do. It feminizes and trivializes. It implies that what we do is unserious, cute, or ironic. But we're not being ironic. Trying to find comfort in an uncomfortable world is not unserious or cute, it's adaptive. Things like slowness and care are often coded as feminine. The word granny core fits perfectly into that pattern. But there is nothing wrong with being soft and caring for things and doing things that give comfort. Learning how to knit is also about learning to trust yourself. It's about learning patience, tolerating imperfection, fixing mistakes and starting again and again and again and again, because at some point in restarting you misremembered how many stitches you were supposed to cast on. It's about trusting your hands. And all this whilst living in a society that tells you that you are not fast enough, not optimized enough, not buying enough. Most of us already have enough in our house to make something, even if it's just a tiny thing. There is something deeply comforting and satisfying about that. And just for the people who will pop up and start screaming Luddite and asking me why I don't move to an off-the-grid farm to roll around in sheep's poo if I hate modern society so much, I don't. It's about balance. It's not about pretending to live in the past. It's about surviving the present by holding on to crafts that make us feel good. It's not binary. It's not one or the other. It's entirely possible to criticize parts of a thing without rejecting it completely. Craft isn't nostalgia. It's how we take care of ourselves in a world that doesn't. What people call grandma core isn't about age at all. It's about choosing a life that doesn't constantly ask more of you than you can give. Hey everybody, thank you so much for watching. I just wanted to do a little introduction because there are a lot of people, new people watching my channel since my last video. Hello, my name is Melanie and I do a lot of videos about knitting. So if you enjoy knitting and want to know, want to see more of knitting, then definitely stick around and I don't know, subscribe or don't, you know, do what you want to do. You can also find me on Instagram at Braden Tinker. You can find me as Braden Tinker on Ravelry. If you want to be friends with me on Ravelry, I would love that. I would love to be your friend. Thank you so much for watching and I'll see you again next time. Okay, bye.